Hello class, welcome to Friday Readers class. Today we are going to do the reader called The 39 Steps. So I hope you have the book from the bookstore. So if not, please go to the bookstore and get the book as soon as you can. So today we're going to introduce this book. And before we start, I'd like you to take out your notebook and I'd like you to write down the following information. The book is called, what's the book called? It's called The 39 Steps, right? And it is a thriller and adventure book. So on your notebook, I'd like you to write the title, The 39 Steps, and also write down who the author is, and then a space. Leave a space for plot. Okay? Have you done that yet? Okay, you may need to pause the video if you haven't written it down. So please write down thriller and adventure, title, the author, and leave some space for plot. Okay. Now if you have the book, I'd like you to take a look at the back, and I'm going to read the back of the book, which is the plot. So we're going to read it together. So here we go. I turned on the light, but there was nobody there. Then I saw something in the corner that made my blood turn cold. Scudder was lying on his back. There was a long knife through his heart, pinning him to the floor. Soon Richard Hannay is running for his life across the hills of Scotland. The police are chasing him for a murder he did not do. And another, more dangerous enemy is chasing him as well. The mysterious Blackstone. Who are these people? And why do they want Hannay dead? So basically this novel is also about murder, okay, which is pretty much the same as the book about Dorian Gray, which we read last semester. So if you like, take a look at the plot and then read the plot again, and then we'll go right into the book. So let's take a look. So in the first page of the book you will also see a brief introduction, and then after that you will see a content page. So you can take a look. There are 10 chapters in this book, plus a glossary. You guys remember what a glossary is? If you turn to the back of the book, you will see the word glossary on page 73. A glossary is similar to a dictionary where you can find keywords from the reading and then also find the definition of each word. Now, the function of this book also includes the activity pages, which are pages at the back of the book, and we will be doing some of the activities here to make sure that you understand what you're reading so far. So today, for this Friday, we are going to finish chapter 1, which is called The Man Who Died. So please take a look at page 1 of this book, and let's start reading. For students that were in the AU2 class last semester, do you guys remember for the book Dorian Gray, we kept a chapter log? Do you guys remember? Like for chapter 1, what happened in chapter 1 and what happened in chapter 2. And then after we finish reading chapter 2, we will write about chapter 3. Okay, so that's also going to happen, because I think it's better that you do that. Otherwise, next week, you will forget what happened this week. So on your notebook, I'd like you to write down chapter 1. And I'd like you to take a moment to read chapter 1, which is page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and then page 5 and page 6. Page 7. Oh, 7 pages and a half. Okay, so it's actually pretty long. So I'd like you to take a couple of minutes. It'll take you probably 20 minutes, I think, to finish up. Alright, let's do it! So I believe you finished reading chapter 1. So you might know a little bit about the story now. First of all, this book is published by Oxford. Therefore, all the English here is in British English. So today we're going to take a look at a couple of keywords. Okay. In the first line, you see the word flat. Flat in British English means apartment in American English. So it's actually the same thing. Okay. The second word, keyword, is on the fourth line where you see the word dull. Dull in British English means boring in American English. So if you have the book, you can actually jot down or write down the meaning of the word. Or if you're really not sure about what it means, you can always look up a dictionary. Alright, let's go on to the next phrase. Now, if it's a phrase, I'll write it up in red, okay? The rest of my life. The rest of my life. Okay? Anybody know what that means? The rest of my life means 我这辈子剩下的时间 the rest of my life. Okay? And then the next word, afterwards. Afterwards, which means the same as the word before, after, after. 之后, after. Okay. Now down at the bottom, you see the word Greek Prime Minister. Okay. Greek, I think most of you know this word because we've talked about it in class. Greece is the country and Greek is the culture and the people. Okay, a prime minister is a person who actually manages a country. We would call it 首相. Okay, so countries, in British countries like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, they all have prime ministers. Prime ministers. So on page 1, you should have highlighted these keywords. Flat, dull, the rest of my life, afterwards, Greece or Greek, and Prime Minister. Now you can also put these words under your class log keywords for today. Alright, don't forget to do your class log after this part. Now on page 2, I've also circled some keywords that I'd like you guys to also highlight or underline in your book. So on page 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth line, please highlight entrance. Entrance. And then the word beard. Beard. Actually, I think I'll just write them down so it'll be easier for you. Okay. So let's see. Entrance. This one will be better. Entrance. And then the second word, beard. Okay? And rude. So this is page 2. From page 3, extraordinary. Several. Clever. Clever, I think we've learned that word before in other books. Okay. And then on page 4, warn. Murder. Okay. And then murderer. Okay. Suitcase. And servant. And then page 5 is a picture, so obviously there isn't much. And then on page 6, recognize. And then on page 7, probably we'll just pick 1 or 2 from here. Restless. And a hawk. Okay, so if you have the book, I'd like you to see if you can find these keywords. Okay, and then on page 8, you just see a picture of a man lying on the ground with a knife stabbed through his body. Okay, so that's basically where the murder takes place in chapter 1. So let's take a look at page 2 again, at the keywords. So the word entrance. I hope some of you might know what it is. Entrance is the doorway, or sometimes in English we can also say entry. Okay? The place where you enter. You will usually see this word at the supermarket, or maybe at the movie theater, or at the mall. Okay, beard. Okay, what's a beard? Well, beard is something that a man would usually have. Let's say this is a man. Okay, this is the mouth, and then this is the beard. Okay, so I think this is a pretty cute man. So this is beard. Okay, let's say it again. Beard. Beard. Okay, try that. The next word is rude. Rude means no manners. So this person, 没礼貌. Rude. Rude. Okay,